Hey everybody, what's up? Terrence here doing another video blog, but this time I'm going to talk about something that kind of is very close to my heart because it has been a constant in my life and has been there for so long. So I hope you guys enjoy me talking about it because it really does mean quite a bit to me. Not like the most, but it means something to me. Alright, so if you know anything about me, you know that I absolutely love video games. They have been there in my life since I was a kid. And if you know other things about me, you'll know that I love music, regardless of genre. So if you put those two together, you get video game music. And that's been something that I've liked for a long time. And I think I first realized that I liked video game music in middle school. And during middle school, I would frequent a forum website called Game FAQs or Game Facts, as I like to call it because it was easier to say. And I would go onto the Game Facts forums every day to talk about video games. You know, I would just kind of log on and type up some message to people I didn't know, and that's what I did for pretty much every day after school in middle school. And luckily for me, I stumbled upon a post that somebody kind of put onto GameFAQs during my little adventures in talking to people online, and it was a link to a website called Overclocked Remix. What I soon found out was that my love of video game music was not just reserved to me, and there were people out there who loved music just as much as I had. So, for a little bit of background, Overclock Remix is this website that brings together unpaid artists, independent music artists, to rearrange video game music. And that's all they do. They do it for free, and that's how they're able to distribute it, because they do it for free. But I was going to this website since middle school, and I would go every day hoping that there would be a song from a video game that I knew, or there would be a video game song that I knew that would be arranged, and I would hear a very cool rendition of it. And every day I would go to GameFAQs and Overclock Remixes. They would be my two go-to sites. And I started going to Overclocked Remix around 2002, which was my middle school years, and it's still going strong now till 2014. That is 12 years that I visited this site. But Overclocked Remix actually started 3 years prior to me starting to visit it, which means that it's going strong 15 years. And today is actually its 15th year anniversary, which is actually the reason why I wanted to do this video blog. I thought that sharing why I loved OC Remix, or why I love OC Remix and why it has a special place in my heart, is an appropriate celebration for its 15 years. And I hope that all fans that kind of watch this and hear me talk about it sort of reflect and kind of remember and acknowledge how it brings together people who love a common thing, and how it's good for us who love video game music, and also actual artists who are trying to get out there and who are trying to improve their skill. OC Remix is a very important place for people like that, and I just want to say thank you, OC Remix, first of all, for providing such an awesome resource of video game arrangements for fans like me, but also just kind of just doing other things, which is what I'm going to share, I guess. So, I guess I should share why I love OC Remix at this point. So one reason that I actually love OC Remix is because it introduced me to so many video games and video game songs. It's crazy. And I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this because I claim to be a geek, but prior to my frequency on OC Remix, I actually did not know about Chrono Trigger, or Xenogears, or Secret of Mana, and I know that a lot of people want to crucify me for that, and I know that that's an appropriate sort of punishment, but I didn't grow up with the consoles that those games came out for, those classics came out for that. So that's the reason why I didn't know about those video games. But it was because of OC Remix that I actually found out about those video games. You know, even on the GameFAQs forums, I'd hear about them, but it was OC Remix that motivated me to actually want to play them. Because these video games would pop up very frequently, like with remixes. And in my head, I'm sitting there like, oh man, since these games have songs that are being remixed very often, that must mean that they have good music. And if the game has good music, I'm not gonna lie, that's honestly like a real big motivation for me to want to play it, you know. There was also, I want to play Persona because I've heard it has a good soundtrack. So I found out about Chrono Trigger and all these other classic games through OC Remix. But also, I found out about video game songs through OC Remix, and that's, I guess, kind of the more specific thing that I got out of OC Remix, and that's crazy because there are a whole lot of songs that I didn't know about because I kind of just stuck with the games that I knew. When I first started going to OC Remix, I would only check out songs from like Sonic 3, and The Legend of Zelda, video games that I knew and played. But I found out about songs such as Bloody Tears from Castlevania, and Dr. Wily's theme, and Yearnings of the Wind from Chrono Trigger, and Dire Dire Docks from Super Mario 64. I found out about these songs through OC Remix because they had so many remixes for them. And again, like, the same thought pattern for the video games, it was the same for these songs. Like, if such a variety of people want to rearrange these songs, then they must be good standalone songs, like, on their own. And that's exactly what they were, and that's why I love them. And going off on a tangent a bit, that's why I'm so happy that I found these these songs through OC Remix, because I personally like songs that kind of stir an emotion in me. And these songs were able to do that without being arranged. Just the songs in general, they were very catchy tunes, they were very memorable tunes, and a lot of them just kind of were very atmospheric and emotional. And I love that OC Remix introduced me to good video games, but more importantly, good video game songs. So thank you, OC Remix, for that. Another reason that I love OC Remix is because it actually brought me closer to my family for a bit. I'm not gonna lie, me and my sister did not get along and don't really get along now. We don't have a lot in common. And during the time of middle school, you know, she has her friends, I have my friends, so we're not really communicating. But I remember the first time that I stumbled upon Gerudo Interlude by DJ Pretzel. I played it on the speaker, and my sister fell in love with it just as much as I had. We sat there and we played it over and over. Don't worry, DJ Pretzel, we didn't overplay it to the point of hating it, but we played it a shitload of times during that night, and it was cool because it actually gave us this common ground that we had not found at that time. You know, I was kind of listening to the radio, trying to fit in, listening to rap music, while she was listening to whatever the frick she was listening to at the time. And it was cool that we found this video game arrangement that kind of called to the inner part of both of our hearts, as cheesy as that sounds. You know, we both acknowledged that we just loved the way that this song sounded, and we were able to both find a love for this song. Also, it brought me closer to my cousin Jeffrey, because during middle school he was the guy that I talked to for problems, but he also was the guy that I talked to about OC Remix. He was also a frequent visitor at the time, and he would find songs that he liked and he would hit me up on AIM. I don't know if any of you guys remember that because you might be too young for it, but he would hit me up on AOL Instant Messenger to tell me about the new remixes and what he thought of them and which ones I should check out. And that was awesome because my family is this traditional Asian family where we don't really connect with each other emotionally, but we are very close geographically, but we're not very close emotionally. So having OC Remix there with my cousin was a way for us to connect and made us feel more comfortable to talk to each other about our problems. So thank you, OC Remix, for bridging family together. But the last reason why I feel OC Remix has a special place in my heart is because it satisfied this craving in me for video game music. It was this thing that I knew I liked, and it wasn't this thing that I could share with a lot of people. You know, during middle school, like I said, a lot of people were trying to fit in and listening to the radio, but I knew that video game music was something that I just loved hearing. And what I found in OC Remix was that I wasn't alone, that I wasn't so weird to the point of being just the only person in the world to love video game music. It wasn't that I was ashamed of it, it was just that I had nobody to talk to, and I felt like there wasn't an outlet for me to kind of speak it, or an inlet for me to kind of take more in. It was kind of just, oh, I love Zelda music, I love Sonic music, whatever. But now that I found OC Remix, I was just in love with video game music at that point. And it was cool because I was so passionate about it. Of course, not passionate about it to make music, but there were people more passionate about music in general to rearrange video game songs because they loved it, and they did this for free. And that's kind of what I want to thank OC Remix for the most, which is you guys made this community regarding video game music, and it all started just for fun. And whether or not now you guys are talking about like trying to make OC Remix more professional, or trying to make it more validated or something like that, I don't care. It's just the fact that where it started when I was first going, wherever it is now, it might be the same, I don't know, but it's all for the love of video game music. That's what it was. And I thank you so much for doing that, because during that time I was not having an identity crisis, but you know, I wasn't sure if it was okay for me to like video game music, but it totally told me that it was okay to love video game music. And because of that, it reminded me that it was totally okay to like what I liked. And because of that, it really defined my identity of who I am today, and to just be proud of what I like and what makes me smile and what makes my soul happy, you know. And that's really cheesy and really deep, but I'm not saying that OC Remix caused that, but it definitely contributed to that and who I am today. So thank you, OC Remix, for that. Thank you for going strong 15 years. Thank you for bringing awesome arrangements to the video game community, to the video game music community. Thank you for just every single artist out there who put so much effort into trying to make a piece that is very memorable and just very satisfying. You know, OC Remix wouldn't be where it is without the artists, without the fans, without just the original composers. Like, it's just this mesh of everybody, of community, that is what makes OC Remix awesome. So thank you guys for everything. Thank you for 15 years of awesome video game arrangements. Thank you for Voices of the Livestream. Yeah, I know that that's still shrink wrapped. I love it so much that I don't want to open it. I mean, I have the digital copies, but I don't want to open it because I love it so much. And yeah, same thing with this thing with Balance and Ruin. Like, I don't want to open it because I love it so much, but I have the digital copies. But yeah, thank you so much for these guys, and thank you for coming to PAX a year ago, and thank you for playing Shaq Fu with us, and that was awesome. Just thank you so much, OC Remix, Overclocked Remix, and I hope you guys go on for 15 more years and even longer, and I hope that the community grows and grows and just keeps on going. Alright, y'all, take it easy fans, take it easy artists, take it easy DJ Pretzel, peace.